So Loblaw says it's freezing prices on 1,500 no-name private label products. It says it wants to provide, quote, grocery bill predictability for Canadians. The company says price pressures are maddeningly out of control, but it will freeze products on those goods through the end of January. Our guest says it's about time. We're joined now by Sylvain Charlebois, Senior Director of the Agri-Food Analytics Lab at Dalhousie. Sylvain, you note that Lidl in Germany, Carrefour in France have already made similar moves, and you think a gesture like this was overdue in Canada?
I think so, to be honest, Andy. In fact, we've seen over 15 different grocers do this around the world to help consumers, to show some empathy, I guess, towards consumers who have been struggling with food inflation. But Loblaw's announcement is surprising for two reasons. One, we're talking about 1,500 products here. Mm-hmm. The largest campaign I've seen around the world, I think, was led by Leclerc in France, and it included only 300 products. So 1,500 is a lot, mm-hmm. Which includes, of course, the no-name brand. So they control the supply chain. They can go back to their contractual manufacturers and negotiate a deal over 3.5 months. So I get it. Easy for Loblaw to execute. The other surprising thing, Andy, this campaign includes the very lucrative holiday season.
Oh,
grocers make a lot of money during the holidays. So basically, Loblaw is offering a safe place for consumers to go if they're looking for deals.
Yeah, I was skeptical when I saw it. Grocers are always trumpeting price freezes, but they are specifically saying from today the prices won't change until late January. I guess it's verifiable.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, on February 1st, the Canadian Dairy Commission will actually implement price hikes for dairy. So I suspect that January 30th was picked because after 3.5 months, you have to move on prices. 3.5 months is an eternity in food distribution, so I can certainly appreciate why they're using that time frame. It'll be interesting to see how Loblaw's competition, Empire, Sobeys, and Metro, namely, are going to be reacting to this, because on Wednesday, as you know, Andy, Statistics Canada will come out with new inflation numbers. And again, grocers will face a barrage of criticism once again.
Sylvain, you say that crunching the numbers, it isn't clear that the Canadian grocers have been abusing their oligopolistic position. I think you say there is not clear evidence that they've been gouging.
We don't believe so, no. In fact, when you look at gross margins, they're anywhere between 2 to 4%. I know a lot of people are using record profits as a narrative. The reality is that 2% today doesn't necessarily look at, in terms of dollars, doesn't look like 2% 5 years ago. So obviously you want companies to generate profits and do well. And grocers have done well. But if you compare this high volume, low margin industry, which is the grocery business, versus banks or other sectors, margins are extremely, extremely slim.
What happens seasonally, though, in the food retailing industry? Is there traditionally a price freeze of any kind at this time of year involving suppliers or whatever it may be?
This is a first in Canada, I think, an official freeze of some sort. Of course, once in a while, Andy, you'll see prices peak or not change for a while, mm-hmm. just because pressures aren't there. But an official freeze for 3.5 months, I think, is a first for our country. Again, it'll be interesting to see exactly how the grocers mm-hmm. respond to the Ottawa public inquest starting and new inflation numbers coming up next week.
That's it. Sorry, remind us, what is our politicians, MPs, going to be looking into grocery pricing?
Yeah, the standing committee, the parliamentary standing committee in agriculture is going to be looking into greedflation and profiteering in the grocery business. So all of these grocers are going to be summoned by Ottawa to testify. So Loblaw now has an answer. It'll be interesting to see exactly what answers are going to be provided by both Empire and Metro.
Sylvain, before we let you go, you're reminding us that in 2017, Loblaw/Weston admitted price fixing. And nobody in that, saying other industry participants engaged in it, and nobody's been convicted. You say in America, it would have been a very different story.
That's true. Yeah, and people haven't forgot about that. And obviously Loblaw has not been forgiven officially, and so that's why I think this sector needs more good PR. And I think today's decision by Loblaw is good PR.